Okay. Now this little story, I'm told, comes from Japan. You wouldn't recognise it by the way I'm watching it, but there you go. There's this fella, and well, he'd done all right for himself, you know, made a few bob, and but he still liked to think he was still in touch with his roots, you know, because he come from humble beginnings, and then he had a daughter, beautiful little girl, and when she became school age, you know, he decided to send her to the local school, you know. Didn't want to lose his roots and that. So he sent her to the school, and well, she was a good pupil. She was a very clever, intelligent girl, and she was a very popular pupil. She had lots of friends, and after school and weekends, there's always a friends round, you know, and it was great. But as she grew older and more beautiful, her father noticed that a lot of the friends were boys. Now, you know, what was his age or what, but he decided to have a different opinion on his roots, because he decided these boys, perhaps they reminded him perhaps of himself, I don't know, but he decided they weren't the sort of boys that he wanted his daughter to associate with, because he could see what was going to happen, you know. You know, she was going to fall in love with one of them and get married, and, you know, they weren't the sort of boys that, you know, he felt were good enough for his daughter. So, he took her out of school, and he decided to get a tutor for her. Well, he advertised. The trouble was, in those days, all the teachers were men, and all the applicants for the job were good-looking young men. Well, he didn't want his daughter to marry a teacher. I mean, actually, in some folk groups I get lynched for a line like that, but I know I'm safe here. But anyway, I mean, nothing against teachers, but, you know, that's how he felt. But then he came up with the perfect solution, you see. This young man applied for the job, and he was very qualified, and he was a very good teacher, and he was very, very, very ugly. You know, and I'm not going to try and describe his features to you, because, you know, it could disturb your night's sleep, I tell you. I mean, he was really ugly. But him, you know, the teacher and the student got on very well, and you know, and not only was he a brilliant teacher, he was also a very good storyteller. And in the afternoon, he used to tell the young lady stories, and she loved his stories. And then one afternoon, he was just telling her this story. You know, it's one of the, well, the sort of stories that young ladies like, you know. The sort of story, I would never tell a story like that, you know what I mean? You know the type of thing, you know. A young man, good-looking young man, and an attractive young lady, they meet and they fall in love, and they get married, and they live happily ever after. I hate them sort of endings. I can't stand stories that end like that. But anyway, he just told this story, and the young lady said, "Wouldn't it be nice if you knew who you were going to marry?" And the teacher said, "Well, I know who I'm going to marry." Now this surprised the young lady, because she'd never thought of a teacher as having a life of romance and things like that, given his unfortunate disposition, you see. And she said, "Well, how do you know?" He said, "Well," and then he told the story, he started his story. He says, "Before I was born, and I was in heaven," because that's where we all start. He says, "Even then, I was a pretty inquisitive young fella. And when one day God came past, I asked him straight out, who will I marry? And I said, well, we've never been asked this question before, but there's no reason why I shouldn't tell you. So he took me and showed me the young lady I was going to marry. And she was very, very ugly. Yes, I said to God, no, this can't be. If this lady is going to be my wife, she can't go through her life looking like that. She'd be ridiculed. She'd be outcast, you know. So I asked God. I mean, this is one hell of a chat-up line, James. I asked God to bestow all her ugliness onto me, so I would take the brunt of it. Well, so I said, well, okay. And that's what happened. Now, when you're born and you leave heaven, an angel pats you on the shoulder and you never remember anything about it. But I was so ugly and so repulsive that none of the angels could bring themselves to tap me on the shoulder. And that's how I can remember this story. Now this story is getting very predictable, isn't it? You know. You know what's going to happen, don't you? Well, yeah, they fell in love and they got married. Don't know how the father felt about it, but I'm going to resist giving those last words because I hate stories to end like that.